Hey everybody, how's it going? Stoud man coming back at you again. Only this time's a little different because it's not going to be a Blu-ray update. This time I'm going to let you know what's going on in the world of computers with Stoud man. Over the past 4 or 5 months, ever since I got my TV, I have been compiling the money I need in order to be able to purchase all of the items I need to buy to build my own computer. Because as great as my laptop is, it's starting to get a little bit older, and there are just certain things I would like to be able to do with my computer that I cannot do on that laptop and should be done on a PC. Things like gaming and video editing, like video editing for this video. I may very well end up editing this video on my new computer. So as you can see, I've got one of the components sitting right there behind me. This is a BenQ 24-inch LED 1080p screen. It's a pretty good monitor. 5 millisecond response time, so it's not like excellent. But for the first monitor I'm going to be using for this PC, at least for now, until I get something better, if I decide to get something better, not bad. And I like the size of it. I mean, I would consider going 26 or 27 if I had the money and the means and the desire. But as you can see, it fills up the space on my desk here pretty well. So yeah, I also got a little webcam here, so I will now have the webcam on my laptop and this one, which is a Logitech C260, up to 720p. So it's not like the greatest webcam ever, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's a Logitech. It'll do the job. You know what I mean? Since I already have a decent webcam that does the job and has been doing the job for me through my laptop, I wasn't too concerned about getting something extra special here, especially when the main focus, of course, is on the components, like the real components here. For example, I got a cheap gaming mouse that has 1600 DPI. It's not here yet, but it's an E-Blue something or other, and it's coming from China. That's how much I cheaped out on that. I cheaped out on the keyboard. It was about $8, and it's a Rosewill. So there you go. I'm cheaping out on the stuff that doesn't really matter as much, because if I really want to get something better down the road, it's not that hard to replace, and it doesn't like make that. It's not one of those things where like a monitor. Where am I going to use this monitor elsewhere? That's what I would be concerned about if it wasn't being in use for something. Um, you know what I mean? I would want to get something that I could use as a dual monitor with it. But anyways, regardless of all that, I figured I would take the time in this video, as I've already started to do, to show you all the key components that I picked up for my new PC. And these are not really the key components, so I figured why not just show and tell a little bit, give you an example of what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the video at the very beginning of the video, so you can decide if you want to watch it or not. First off, let me show you the processor I'm going to be putting into this bad boy. This is the AMD FX-8320. It is an 8-core processor that runs at, what is it, 3.6 gigs, I think, something like that, 3.5, 3.6 gigs per core. And it's one of the best AMD processors on the market. Now I know somebody in the comments is going to say something. I know Intel is the best when it comes to processors right now, even though they don't have any 8 cores like this, or if they do have 8 cores, they're not as there aren't as many of them out there, and they're newer and stuff like that. They're more in the 4-core game right now. Um, and the only processors that even match up to the only competitor processors that even match up to their 4-core processors are these 8-core bad boys. I elected to go this route not only because it was cheaper, uh, but because I don't need the top of the line processor, number one. Number two, I am building this baby to be future proof. And I have got a distinct feeling that eventually more and more programs are going to be developed that utilize between 6 and 8 cores. So it's not going to be useless to have something like this because, hey, I've got the power to handle it and more. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea to get an 8-core processor from AMD, considering that they're much cheaper than Intel. The equivalent to this from Intel would have been about $100 more, and no. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I don't have that much money to be spending on something like that. I am building a budget PC that can do everything I want it to and be future proof for the next 4, 5, 6 years. This, I think, is a great idea because on the off chance that they do start to build more 8-core processors, both Intel and AMD, and that programmers then start to develop programs more with 6 and 8 cores in mind, I will have the processor needed to be able to utilize that technology. So, no problem, future proof, cheaper than Intel. In fact, I paid about $145 for this, I believe. So, there you go. $145 versus like $250 that I would have paid for the other one on sale. Like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Very awesome. I'm going to have a whole lot of power in this bad boy. And you might be wondering, where is that processor going to be seated? Well, it's going to be seated in this gigabyte motherboard. It is the 970A D3P, and it is perfect for my AMD FX-8320. It's got everything I need. I'm not like perfect. I don't know everything there is to know about motherboards and stuff like that. I've got A+ certified friends to help me with that. So if you want me to tell you everything that's great about this, I'm probably not going to be able to. It's definitely more like middle of the road or lower, end than it is higher end. It's not one of those $200 motherboards that's fucking beautiful and gorgeous and all that, but it gets the fucking job done. You know what I'm talking about? Supports memory, DDR3, 1333, 1600, 1866, and 2000, I believe. So it supports all those kinds of memories up to 32 gigs, which means that I can, put even more memory in there if I so desire, and it won't be too much of a problem. It's got several USB ports. I believe it has 6 2.0 and 2 3.0. Onboard surround sound. It's even got a PS2 port, which I was surprised and happy to hear. A bunch of PCI slots, so if I want to install more PCI cards than I have bought, which I think I only bought one, then I can do that. I actually thought about installing Wi-Fi, but I'm probably just going to bring the modem in here and deal with it that way, because I'm pretty sure that the computer that the modem is on right now does have wireless. It does have Wi-Fi. So it has that card. It doesn't necessarily need to be the one providing the internet, providing the Wi-Fi. In fact, it has had problems with fighting between whether or not it's trying to connect to the Wi-Fi or to the wired connection, which is beyond me, but whatever. Anyways, you might be wondering what memory I'm going to be putting into that bad boy. Well, I'll show you. The G.Skill Aries. I don't know a whole lot about G.Skill. All I know is that, it's comparable to some of the top of the line memory out there. It might not be like the greatest memory out there, but it was definitely some of the cheapest high-end memory that I could find. You know what I mean? And I've heard a lot of good things about G.Skill, so I figured why not give it a try. This is 8 gigs of 1600 G.Skill RAM, which for now at least should suffice, but I do plan on in the future upgrading to at least 16 gigs, if not just going to 24. I don't know if I'll ever need 32, but, the option is there for me. In fact, I probably won't ever need anything more than 16, so I don't even know if I even consider that. I would probably just get another set of these and plunk it in there next to these two. If these two end up being good for me, that is. So anyways, as for video, this motherboard does not have onboard video, which is something I'm actually very glad to see, because it seems like almost every computer I've had has had two. It's had onboard video and a video card. So the two have always fought with each other. That's what happened with my laptop, actually. My laptop has onboard video and an NVIDIA GT420M, which is my preferred graphics card to be using on there, but it defaults to the stupid Intel onboard that is worthless piece of crap. So, needless to say, it's so hard to overwrite that. It's so hard to get it to detect and use all the time the video card that you want it to, because it will just always automatically go back to the Intel, no matter what you do. You have to trick it into choosing the one you want, and that to me just pisses me right the fuck off. So honestly, it's actually a plus to me that this doesn't have onboard video, because you know what I'm going to be putting on this for video? Well, let me just show you. This is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 650 Ti. It's officially middle of the road, or a little bit higher in the middle of the road, but it's pretty freaking good, and it can handle, in terms of gaming, it can handle pretty much anything that's out right now. So, yeah, I'm pretty freaking happy about this one. This is a 2 gig card, 2 gigs of GDDR5. Of course, it's got 2 fans, and as I was joking on Facebook the other day, oh man, the fans are everything. 2 fans means it's twice as good. But yeah, 11% greater airflow, 14% quieter. Support for 4 HD displays. Shit, man. GPU tweak. All this stuff I'm probably never going to use. It's got 2 DVI ports, a VGA port, and an HDMI port. So no matter what I choose to plug into this thing, it'll work. It's going to be awesome. I can't freaking wait to experience how fucking awesome this is. I've never had a graphics card this fucking powerful, man. I've never had anything this powerful. On top of that, I got a. I'm not going to show you because I have it sitting down over there, and it's comfortable there, and it's heavy as fuck, and I'm not moving it. I got a pretty hefty tower, a Cooler Master. If you want to know what it's like, it's the same exact one that Skin Slip is using. Brandon, I found it on sale, and I showed it to him and asked him, "Is this a good case?" And he said, "Actually, that's the exact same case that I'm using." So I was like, "Good enough for me." If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. The first thing I picked up was a 750-watt power supply. Look at that fucking bad boy. This is going to be powering my awesome fucking computer. You know you're jealous. Anyways, it's a OCZ Fatality gaming gear. 750-watt power supply, 80 plus bronze, SLA ready, 5-year warranty. Oh yeah! It's gonna be good enough to get the job done. That's why I picked it up. That, and it came with a free copy of Far Cry 3, and it was only $59.99. So hey, it's hard to beat. And of course, you're gonna need a hard drive. Now, I had always planned to get 2 hard drives. One solid state, a smaller solid state, and then a regular hard drive, like a terabyte hard drive, so I can have enough space that I want, but also have a hard drive that just runs faster and cooler and more efficient in the solid state. And I do still plan on getting a, another hard drive, a 1 terabyte, at least a 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm just waiting on a sale for that. And I'm thinking that sometime around Black Friday there will probably be some kind of a sale on hard drives like that. So, like them trying to get rid of that kind of stuff. So, I have elected to start building the PC without that hard drive and instead just utilize the one hard drive I did get, which was a 128 gigabyte OCZ Vector solid state drive. This should be pretty freaking awesome. It's light, it's awesome. It apparently features True Image HD software. It's got a 3.5-inch SD solid state adapter for desktops. SATA 3. Perfect. Everything that I need. Everything that I need in a solid state drive and a hard drive right now, right here. Now, it'll limit how much I can do with the PC initially, but again, I'm just waiting to see if there's a better deal on a hard drive somewhere, like a 1 terabyte hard drive somewhere down the line in November. So that's like a few months away. It's not exactly a great hardship. And not to mention, I still have about half of this 1 terabyte external hard drive ready to go, free space. So I'm not too concerned about space just yet. And finally, last but not least, to get everything installed and whatnot, like Windows, I got a Samsung DVD writer. It's your basic run-of-the-mill Samsung. I paid about $16 for it. Not bad. I mean, it's pretty hard to to not be able to find a pretty good branded, like Samsung branded DVD drive for less than or around $20 nowadays. I mean, that's just the price. It's not that hard to find, and amazingly enough, Blu-ray drives have not taken over enough to even be that much of an issue of like, oh, but it's not a Blu-ray drive yet. Who fucking cares? Nobody uses Blu-ray that much right now. I mean, I'm sure eventually I will get around to getting something like that when I need to, but I mean, I would only use it for watching movies, and I wouldn't want to watch movies on it because it's a 24-inch screen. Why? So anyways, that is all of the stuff that I got for my new PC, which I will be starting to build tomorrow, which means that soon we're likely going to see a PC build video from me. So anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Peace.